Alright guys, so we're going to talk about Project Veritas because holy jeez, they've done it again. Project Veritas has had a Google insider that has came forward and has basically blown the whistle on Google, their algorithm, and how it suppresses conservative and untrusted news sources. Now, I'm not going to play the whole video here. It goes for about 20 something minutes. Please go check it out. Link in the description below. But I have picked out about 3 topics or 3 main things that I want to talk about and basically give you guys a gist of some of the damning stuff that's come out. I'm waiting for Google to come out and claim that this is a conspiracy theory, which would be funny because they talk about that in the video. But let's jump into this and we'll try something new. We're going to try doing media sources. Let's see how that works. Because there's no time like now to test things.
A couple weeks before the Google insider came forward, Project Veritas secretly recorded with Jen Janai, a Google executive. Janai talks about making sure when people search for things through machine learning algorithms, Google's political agenda is always present.
We all got screwed over in 2016. Again, it wasn't just us, it was like people got screwed over, the news media got screwed over, like everybody got screwed over, so now we're rapidly being like, what happened there? How do we prevent it from happening again?
Right after Donald Trump won the election in 2016, the company did a complete 180 in what they thought was important. Before, they thought self-expression and giving everyone a voice was important. But now they're like, hey, there's a lot of hate, and because of there's a lot of hate, misogyny, and racism, that's the reason why Donald Trump got elected. And so we need to fix that, and we need to start policing our users because we don't like to have an outcome like that. We don't want to have an outcome like that to happen again.
Yeah, let's talk a little about that. Tell me more about what you observed at these meetings right after Trump was elected. Who said it? What was said exactly?
So the things that changed was that the TJFs, they started talking about the need to combat hate and racism online, and also at YouTube they had the same talks by the CEO Susan, and they talked about combating that and getting rid of unfairness. And so slowly they started introducing the concept of machine learning fairness.
Alright, so basically what he's talking about there is they were basically shocked with the result of 2016 election, as a lot of people were, and basically they don't want this result to ever happen again, so they're going through and they're bringing through an algorithm that will basically suppress what you say. So for example, using this subject of fairness, which is really a misleading term, basically what it's going to do is it's going to go through and it's going to say, hey, more people are searching for Trump than, for example, Bernie Sanders, so we need to inflate Bernie Sanders to make it fair. But what they're actually doing is they're putting the thumb on the Trump searches and lifting up the Bernie Sanders searches so that they can be fair, because they want their candidate to have a fair voice. Obviously the biggest interesting thing about this is this, like they said, they've gone away from freedom of expression and gone to more of this authoritarian 1984 George Orwell's living state. That in itself was pretty damning, but don't wait, there's more. Let's jump to clip 2.
Google.com up in front of me, and I'm going to try to put this AI machine learning thing to the test. I'm going to type in the following words: men can. And I see men can have babies, men can get pregnant, men can have periods, men can cook. Do most people search for that stuff, or what is the company doing internally?
You know, people aren't searching for this. This is literally coming from source of truth databases that they've selected represent the truth and that they are pulling this information from.
And then we try it again with, let's try this with women can. I see women can vote, women can do it, women can do anything, women can be drafted.
Yes.
That seems a little interesting.
So all these examples are part of the social justice narrative, right? And so the sources of truth that ML Fairness is selecting from to amplify are saying these keywords, and so because that source of truth has been vandalized, the output of the algorithm is also reflecting that vandalism.
So basically what he's saying there is, at the end of the day, basically is that they are going through and they are filtering out search methods, which is something that we've known. And by the way, I've actually done this to independently verify, and it actually does happen. I typed in Hillary Clinton's emails, nothing came up. So they are right. This is actually 100% accurate, and it's even accurate even to the time of this recording. But yeah, they basically go through and they say, okay, we want these sources of truths, which are obviously social justice warriors. They are pushing a certain opinion. So we're going to go through and we're going to filter out results that collide with this, which is why you get women can vote, women can cook, women can do anything. You know, it's all positive women reinforcement. But then obviously when you go through and you type in men, which I think is the next clip, at the end of the day, it was very interesting because it was, you know, men can cook, you know, men can, you know, it was all sort of, it wasn't the same sort of search results, you know, it wasn't people searching for example, men can be drafted. You know, it wasn't searching for those sort of same sort of topics, because this is them obviously going through and curating the search results. So, yeah.
There's some other things I can type here.
Hillary Clinton's emails are, it doesn't even give you a result.
Google is suggesting that people do not search for this term. Is that correct?
That's what they're saying. It's not even worth returning any results.
But people do search for this.
Absolutely, and you can tell that because you can cross-reference some of their other services that prove that people are.
By the way, I've independently verified this. Like I said, it does actually work.
Okay, I'll do
They
that
are
right
actually
now.
100% right.
Trends.google.com. And shall I?
Hillary Clinton's emails, yes. Okay, and set it to like the last 5 years.
You can see that there's a bit of a spike in it, so people are still searching for it.
Seems like we had a spike in October of 2016. It says 100. I guess that is that 100.
It's all relative. So in order to get an idea of the relative importance of this, you're going to want to compare it against another search term.
Let's type in Donald Trump's emails. Okay. Show me what I'm looking at here.
So what we see right here is relative to the search term of Hillary Clinton's emails, Donald Trump's emails has no search traffic.
No search traffic. Now let's go back to google.com and search for Donald Trump's emails, and it should show us no autocomplete because according to Google, no one searches for it compared to Hillary Clinton's emails. But it does. It gives us a whole bunch of different examples for autocomplete. So fewer people search for this and it autocompletes, and everyone searches for Hillary Clinton's email and it doesn't.
That's right.
What's the explanation?
Well, according to them, Hillary Clinton's emails is a conspiracy theory and it's unfair to return results based on her emails. And so through their program of ML fairness, they've deleted the autocomplete off the internet like it didn't even exist.
How did they do that? Was it manually? Was it a human being? Was it a machine? AI?
Well, the way that it works is that they're training the AI now with a bunch of humans that you can consider them social justice warriors or whatever you want to label them, but they are feeding the information and training the AI so that it will return results like this. And when they aren't able to train it, there's actually someone that will go through and manually delete certain keyword terms or put it as a blacklist. There's a lot of people filing bugs internally against Google, against these invalid results, and they ignore them because they've got no interest in fixing things that go against their social justice narrative or reduce what they consider to be fair.
Google is...
Right, and this is something that we've suspected for a long time now. You know, people have always brought this up in the past. They've always gone on about how, you know, for example, it's really, really weird that, you know, you go through and you search for something like Hillary Clinton's emails and it doesn't show up. People noticed this before. This is just someone explaining the situation, explaining what's happening. Look, at the end of the day, am I surprised by anything that this person or this insider has said? No, sadly, I'm not. Look, this is why I've taken the past week off. Is just I don't see a way that people can go around and can beat this. Apart from us building our own platform, or building our own search engines, or building our own Twitter, which obviously we've got Gab and Minds and stuff like that. But we need more people on those platforms. We need to get people away from these Twitter, Facebook, you know, YouTube sort of like platforms, and actually allowing people to go through and to jump into these other sort of sorry. I just got an error on my script. Okay, never mind. But yeah, so to jump into these other sort of platforms. So at the end of the day, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the options are. I don't know how to fix this except for us doing that. They were talking about in the video. They talk about breaking up of YouTube and whatnot. It is apparently something that they are not worried about because it's already been tried before and they sort of got past it. So they're like, we beat it once, we can beat it again. But they also did say also in the video that, and this is from Eden Recordings, that at the end of the day that they think that people like Elizabeth Warren who are talking about this have the wrong idea, and that it's going to make the situation worse. Maybe that's an option, but I really don't know. Look, full props to Project Veritas who have gone through and who have exposed this. It's really, really interesting, and guys, and you really should go and check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. Apart from that, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Search engines, I suggest everybody change to DuckDuckGo or something like that. As for example, YouTube, I don't know, build our own platform, I suppose. And as for something like Twitter and whatnot, then I just suggest we get people on the Gab and get people on the Minds.com, I suppose. I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.